It's going to work this time.
It's just around the corner.
Here it comes.
It's coming soon.
Just like
soon.
Armageddon.
No, that's not coming.
Just wait. I promise. You just have to keep waiting.
We're in the final minutes of the final seconds of the final bullshit, whatever. And we're live already, you know, and we're saying all this live, you know. Good morning, everybody. Welcome back to Apostate Weekly. I'm your host, James.
I'm Ryan.
And I was trying to wait for my dogs to settle down a little bit before I hit the live button. I wasn't completely successful, but I mostly was. So welcome back. Ryan, you are sounding so much better. Glad to see you're feeling better and doing better.
I have a voice.
And you're going to use it today.
Unluckily for you.
You're going to sing for us, right?
Yes, I did prepare myself a little ditty.
Good, good. Like a puff ditty.
Oh, that's something we could talk about. He's going to be on the way for a long time.
But anyways, if you've been following the show, you know that we've been talking about the Be Free protest that happened last Friday, the 13th, and I actually did get to attend the protest, and I brought back lots of video coverage for that, and we're going to be talking about that this morning. So let's roll the intro and we'll get into it. All right. So like I said, I went to that protest this week. Now, I made sure I got up early enough in the morning. I left my house at 6:30, and it's about a 3-hour drive from where I live. And I looked at traffic conditions. Everything was good when I left. Of course, on a 3-hour drive, anything can change. And the areas that I expected to have the worst problems of traffic, I had zero problems with traffic. But the areas I didn't expect is where I got stuck for about an hour and a half on my way there, pushing me to get there at 11 instead of between 9:30 and 10. So I got all the video coverage I could of it. I still got just over 2 hours of video. I have uploaded it to the Apostate Weekly channel for everybody to see. And then I also did some street interviews while I was there as well. So it was a good protest. Sorry we didn't get to see you there, Ryan.
Yeah, I was super disappointed. But my voice did not come back to me until I think it was Monday was the first day I had a voice. So it might have even made me worse. So
yeah,
sadly,
probably would have.
Good to see you all too. Yeah, I really, really wanted to go. There were so many people I was looking forward to giving a squeeze. And
yeah,
Joe and Fran, I didn't get to speak to them much last time. And because there was just so many people, so much excitement. And I was hoping to really be able to connect and build a better relationship. And then
the JT and Lady C from XJW Critical Thinkers showed up to the protest.
Oh, and yes, and that I've been chomping at the bit to meet them, damn it.
I met them. I took a selfie with Lady C. Yeah, you can put that finger up your nose.
What? I'm itching.
Sure.
And, no, honestly, like there were so many people. I really just was hoping to start some good dialogue with.
I don't see them in the chat yet this morning, but I did get to meet Joe and Fran. What a lovely, sweet couple they were to meet.
Honestly, like they're the best. They're like all of our moms and dads.
But I also did talk to Ivy. She's the lady that is the one who put the protest together.
Oh, awesome.
And
I was hoping to meet her too.
She said she talked to you last year at
No, I
last year's
know, but
protest.
I only
Right.
briefly talked to mostly everybody. I did not.
But I actually uh, told her about this show and about you. And at first, she didn't recognize who you were. And then I explained a little bit of your Twitter accounts and stuff. And she's like, "Oh, yeah, now I remember." So she did
Nobody
remember
really
you.
knows my name because I don't really say my name. This is probably the only show where I actually say Ryan, like, ever, really. And it's not my name.
Nope, it's
It's
not.
not my name. It's not
Say
my
my
name.
name, say my name.
What is repelling you? Oh, you did too, Jay? Lucky ducky. They are.
Yep, they are very nice. I did what I call street interviews. Yes, I got my flair in my car.
That's the one they gave me.
They gave
I
me one too.
treasure it.
They gave me one too. I got one. So yay.
That's
Um,
awesome.
so I did a street interview with them and another guy named David. So, and he was really cool too, which I will be showing those interviews later on the show. But I mean, the turnout, I would say probably between 40 to 50 people, and it varied throughout the time I was there. Some
That's
people
it?
came, some people left. Yeah.
Oh,
But I did notice though, with even with what we had, as people were walking by, just the regular, Washington, D.C. people would stop and watch for a little bit before they moved on.
definitely. People definitely took
So,
notice, and I think specifically because that area is known for, I mean, that's where you're supposed to do those kinds of demonstrations. I see them all the time on TikTok. People even handcuff themselves to that fence there that's right there.
mhm.
So yeah, it's a perfect spot for people to take note. I didn't realize there was only that's not a lot because last year there was far more. I think there was
Yeah,
100 or
I
more.
I think the hype for last year built up a little bit bigger because it was the first time.
Probably. And I mean, I don't know if it was just me because my eyes have been focused elsewhere, but I didn't see as many people talking about it online as I had for last year's. So maybe it was just like, oh, all the former fundies were excited about it, but this year they kind of forgot. I'm not sure.
Right.
We'll
And
have
I
to
mean,
figure that out for next year because we got to get it big again.
mhm. Yeah, we do. And we'll try to keep our eyes on when they're going to arrange the next one and try to get it
Yeah.
shouted out early onward and earlier than we did this year.
Yeah, and we have plans for like there's a few things we're going to do to spruce up the channel for next season as well as we're going to get some links together so that way we'll have like one location where you if you're coming out of a call and maybe you need some help groups freedom from religion, those kind of links we'll have as well as like we'll add once we get the protest link we can add that there and say hey check our link tree because we're going to have some really cool things happening. So we'll be able to communicate a little bit better, hopefully, next
Yes.
year as we make some little tidying improvements.
So we've told our audience before we do about 30 episodes per season. After next week will be episode 30 for season 3, and then after that we're going to be taking a break for a week. Take a week off because
A
we're
week,
gonna.
that's it?
You want more than a week?
No, I don't care. For some reason, I thought it was long.
I mean, if you want more than a week, we can do more than a week. I mean, this is us discussing backstage stuff live. So
Anywho, we'll let you know what we do. Don't you guys worry.
yeah, we'll let you know. But we're gonna at least take some time off in between because we want to, like she said, we want to spruce up the channel a little bit. We're gonna change our sets. We're gonna get some links together, try to get things a little bit more organized, more so than we are now. But we've been trying to make progress every season to make it better and better every time. So
We're teaching ourselves as we go.
yes,
This is not one of the classes that they had at the JW school.
no,
the college that we went to.
Well, if they were smart, they would start doing social media classes and, how to be influencers on YouTube and all that to, spread their bullshit, but they're not smart like that.
Well, JW schools are just around the corner. That would not surprise me one bit.
But in a way, I guess they kind of have their own market cornered with their own website because, it's only tailored for the JWs to really watch anyways. And probably the majority of the traffic they get is just from ex-JWs trying to, expose their bullshit.
And remember how we watched that video on the PID and they were taking note for all the clicks that they get, like, and imagine like all the clicks that they're getting and they're like, oh yeah, we had 1 million views like last month, and really it's just millions of us
Yeah.
going to their website just to pick them apart.
Imagine if we all dropped off doing that and then they look at their clicks and it's like, what? We only got 10,000?
Yeah, what happened? That was me doing
all
the
your
heavy
apostates
lifting.
ain't going on your website no more, fools.
Yeah. Pretty soon they're going to start having advertisements on their watch.
Maybe. If they get desperate
probably not.
enough
I'm
for
just kind of
money.
joking, but
I know, but you know what though? If they keep losing members and not getting their, monthly tithings from everybody like they want, they might have to do something like that in order to generate revenue.
mhm.
And wouldn't it be hilarious if like some of the top XJW channels came up for advertisement on there?
Could you imagine if you could, just like any website where you can pay for advertising and you just advertise against them?
Yep. Well,
If you were reading this message, you are in danger.
Do you ever watch any of the ex-Mormon channels?
Yeah, sometimes.
Do you know
I
who?
usually watch that Mormon podcast. I can't think of his name, but the interviews are like zooms of everybody's face.
Oh, with the ones where he's always like 2 or 3 hour interviews.
Yes, they're very good
Yeah.
interviews, but yes,
Oh yeah, no, they're good, but they're long.
they're long.
I was talking about Exmo Lex.
I know who Exmo Lex is. Yes, I do love them.
So I saw her on TikTok not too long ago, and she was talking about how she's got her YouTube channel monetized, and so there's ads on it. And she says some of the ads that run on when her videos pop up are Mormon ads on her channel.
I love it. So fitting.
Yeah, I know.
I highly doubt that you're advertising to the right people. I'm just saying you might be wasting your money, but go ahead. Yeah, get me some ad revenue. That's cool. But I don't think you're going to turn any heads on this channel, friend. Oh,
Wonder when the witnesses are going to start running ads like that.
That's what I'm saying. Like, I feel like that could be coming. Not only could you see ads on their webpage for who knows what, something that maybe they have their hands in, but also are we going to see them on YouTube? Because I get a lot of advertisements for Jesus churches, those what do you call them? Those spirituality courses. I'm not sure what they call them, but it's like new age stuff. And they have like courses of how you can get the life that you want and manifest destiny, those kind of
come meet our new guru.
Yeah. Yes, I get a lot of those. I'm like, can you please know who you're advertising to? I'm not the one.
See, I hack the system. I pay for YouTube Premium, so I don't get commercials.
Right. Yeah, that's true. You don't have to see all that crap. I just report. I report things and I ask them not to show me the ad anymore if I don't like it.
I'll do that with like Facebook, especially because like for some reason, like for a while, I was getting all these ads for the Mormon church. I'm like, what the hell? Like it's like the algorithm sees stuff on religion, but it doesn't differentiate between being in a religion and former religious people. As long as it's got religious context, well, here, we're going to advertise you for this.
And I would think that the artificial intelligence that's setting up this algorithm would be able to differentiate between religious content, what's pro and what's not necessarily anti, but kind of is antithetical to their stance. Does
So
not do well.
going back to the protest, I wanted to I'm not going to really play this lady's speech because it was like 17 minutes long. So you'll have to just go check it out on the channel. But this lady that Ivy got to this protest, she is an international human rights activist.
Oh, I love that.
She was absolutely fantastic. She is based out of Tampa, Florida. She's been doing human rights for decades. And I'm going to show you um, just a little bit of who she is here. And whoop, clicking the wrong stuff here. Okay, so let's put this up on the stage. Oh, and it's this lady right here.
Bring out the best in each other because we are human beings, and we have a heart that has a pulse. When we cut each other, our blood, it has only one color universally. The color of blood is red no matter where we're born. Come on, we have to cut this nonsense. you know Religions and churches, they all cover up because of, yes, they have their standards. They are legally bound by something. But when you know that in your church there's a child that's being molested, just in Miami, there was a few months ago, a priest, he renounced to his priesthood because one of the persons that was going to church for years confessed to this priest that his 7-year-old daughter, hear me, his 7-year-old daughter, this man confessed to the priest that since age 4, he had his daughter perform oral sex on him. And there are a lot of churches that know a lot of things like this and even worse, and they don't say a word. So, how are you not going to protect the rights of this child? How are you not going to incarcerate that predator? How are you going to protect? How is the church going to? What is the church going to represent in front of other people? Because you're coming for guidance, because you're coming for that spiritual protection. Because everybody always reaches out to something or someone, but you have to, number one, protect your rights. Religion and God is for everybody. Whatever you call him, Jehovah, God, whatever, Yahweh.
Okay. So as you could see, she's very passionate. She's very knowledgeable.
Right.
At the beginning of her speech, one of the big things she really hit on was to learn what your human rights are, because these organizations keep you from knowing what your rights really are.
Mm.
And, you know, it's easy to find. You can go to the ECHR, European Court of Human Rights, and you can look up and read what are our human rights. And one of the big ones that, especially for people like us who have left a religion, is your right is to leave a religion or join a religion without the consequences of the shunning, basically,
Right.
you know, because it's your rights to be able to do that without having to go through these kinds of extremes, which really are emotional blackmail and manipulation and coercion and all those things to try to keep you in some of these cults are not part of your rights right there. Those things are not in there. What's in there is for you to have the freedom to choose whether you want to be part of the religion or not.
Absolutely.
And she, you can, she tells you who she is, what office she works out of, and everything. So you can find her that way through watching the video. Um, but she also said that if you want to learn more about it, to contact her. So I think she would be an excellent person to have a conversation with and talk to, and just get to know. Hey, Joe and Fran, welcome to the show.
There they are. Good
We've been
morning.
talking about you.
I spilled coffee down my face, just if everyone's aware. I actually didn't get it on my shirt, but I just went. I don't think anybody would have known unless they were really looking. But if you go back and watch it, I'm like. Anywho.
Next up, Ryan's gonna pour her coffee on her head.
Yeah, let's watch. I'm really sad I wasn't able to meet her.
I actually didn't get to meet her personally while I was there.
Oh, you didn't either?
I'm glad I got her speech on video, because she did tell us her name and where she worked from, and so we can find a way to reach out to her that way.
I would assume she has some kind of online social presence.
I would assume so as well. I haven't gone looking for that yet.
At some point, if we can figure that out, we'll get the link so that way anybody can follow her and connect if they want.
Yeah, but I mean, like I said, she was just fantastic speaker. So glad that she came there and did that. Also so glad for all the other people who got up there and told their stories as well.
That's a great question, Barbara.
That is a great question, Mom. That is a good question for that lady.
I would say if we're not calling out injustices when it comes to our rights, children's rights, that's how we lose them, because everything is a test. Like everything that the government allows to happen is a test, and they're always trying to see what they can erode and take away from us and what we will be silent about. So I think that's why most of us are kind of here, like just not taking the shit and believing it anymore. We're like, no, we're not standing for it.
Jay, I think I will look into doing that.
That's a good idea, Jay.
So, yeah, we'll look into doing that. But now, what I'm going to do, since our featured guests are here, I'm going to share with you the street interview I did with Joe and Fran.
Oh, snap.
So sit back, relax, and enjoy the show. All right, everybody. We're here at the 2024 Be Free protest. I got Joe and Fran here. And if you've ever seen them on YouTube, you have seen them on Apostate Coalition. They interviewed with Jonathan and got to tell their story. So tell us and the viewers, what are y'all doing here today?
Go ahead. We're supporting everyone here. We were here last year, and we believe that in order to get the word out about shunning, we need to come together and we need to expose the Watchtower for their shunning practices, for the abuse that they put on people, the way that people have died because of the shunning. And we're just here as a support for everyone.
Yeah, and anything that anyone can do to make connections with each other and with ones that you haven't even connected with is more valuable than you can know. They need it, you need it, and that multiplies. That overcomes, it's like the antidote to the poison that the society puts out with their shunning. It really, truly results in things that have changed people's lives. We put our number out there, people call us. They're at the bottom. And we tell them basically your life is going to change because we're going to connect you with someone else that loves you. And that they've come back to us and they've confirmed that it works. Friends with friends. It's the most beautiful thing I've ever seen.
Yes. This support system that we get is our lifeline for when we leave. I mean, we were just listening to stories about people who have taken their own lives because of this policy. And if we can help get rid of this policy altogether, I think that really is the ultimate goal for us. But we have to take small steps in order to get there. And this is just one of those steps that we're doing today. So
And we do a live program every Wednesday evening at 7 o'clock Eastern Standard Time. Fixing My Faith is the one that hosts us, and people call in from all over the world, and they're looking for support, and so we connect them. Sometimes we'll have like a theme, and other times we have like a lot of laughs. Sometimes there's a lot of tears, but it's real. And if anyone wants to join us, it's a 7 o'clock Wednesday evening on Fixing My Faith.
okay, well, thank you for plugging that channel. I'll be sure to put that on the screen for everybody to see, so they can all come and join, and hopefully others will find it as well to reach out and get the help that they need.
Thank you for what you're doing.
Yes, thank you. And thank you for doing this little quick interview. I appreciate you all. And it was very, very nice to meet both of you finally in person. So thank you. All right. So,
Yay.
yes, such a wonderful time, and meeting them. They were just, it was so nice to meet them in person and to do that with them. And also to help plug the channel that they're on, because they're doing a lot of work helping people, because they're always traveling to go to meetups. They're, like they said, they're on Wednesday nights at 7 o'clock on the Fixing My Faith YouTube channel. And it's also a call-in show. So, anybody who wants to join, look up Fixing My Faith on YouTube and give them a call and have a chat. So, they're doing a lot of good work as well.
Yeah. Amazing work. Community building is a big portion of getting things done, like getting laws passed, getting bills passed, etc. You've got to have a community that you can work within to spread the message. And they're doing a great job of that.
And also, please pardon my camera work, because I was holding the camera with one hand while doing all that. So
How dare
it
you?
wasn't easy. And the sun was so bright on the screen, it was very hard to see. So I'm like trying to, see.
Yeah, the glare.
The glare was just so bad. I mean, I'm glad the video at least came out decent looking and wasn't glary with that, but this on the screen, it was really hard to see.
Yeah, it looks good in the video.
Yeah,
Well done.
I was happy about that. So again, Joe and Fran, thank you so much for doing that. And really, it was a pleasure meeting you guys, and hope to meet you again sometime.
Yeah. The ones who are stepping up and using their platforms to, again, community build, not just for, former J-Dubs, but all former cult members, because we have so much in common. They use the same damn rule book, right? Like they're I mean,
Yeah.
they're not only using like the book straight out of the cult, which is like the Bible, but they're also just using cult techniques. So we have so much in common that we can use all that energy and all that knowledge and know-how to create a system where we are chipping away at an institution. It's not just the Jehovah's Witnesses that we're up against. The Catholics are like stopping us at every damn turn as well, with the pastor not having to tell the police if somebody confesses to them. Like they're the ones just, "Oh, you're going to ruin our religion. You're going to undermine our rights to tell the preacher whatever we want to, like guilt-free. We want to trauma dump on the preacher without having to worry about consequences." Like, are you kidding me? You care more about the person who's committing atrocious crimes against children? I mean,
if you remember in just the witnesses, it was always, oh, you're going to make Jehovah's name look bad,
Right. They're probably more worried about what will come to the surface if people finally start to feel comfortable saying what's happening.
And that's where we're at, though. We're the ones stepping up and speaking out about it, making it come to the surface, and letting those uncomfortable conversations come out, so that way people know who the organization is before they join, or if they're in and questioning, to erase all their doubts about what organization they're really a part of.
Getting them before they go in, oof, like right at that twinkle, like, this sounds good. You've got to get them at that moment where they're contemplating seriously joining this group or any group, because
Mhm.
that's when they're very, very vulnerable because they're being love bombed. They're getting shown the best of the best, and they're being told
Yep.
that they have all the answers, and it's a facade.
Well, and then getting somebody out, you got to reach the ones that are questioning, because if they're not doubting their faith yet or questioning it, you're never going to get through to them, no matter how many facts or uh, statistics
Mm-mm.
you show them, or proof about what their doctrine is or anything, because they're just in it hook, line, and sinker at that point. You got to find those ones that are starting to question or have been doubting and questioning for a while. Those are the ones that we're trying to reach and show them that, yes, your doubts are valid. You have good reasons for these. Now, be brave. You have help, you have support out here, and we'll help you. Just come on and we'll help you out as much as we can.
We have friendly faces. But it just goes to show that truly people who are using social media, right, as a platform to do some education, you don't really know what is going to turn someone's head. People could see me and go, "Fuck no," scroll on by. But people could see Joe and Fran and go, "Hmm, okay, well, maybe I'll just listen and see what they." You Everybody is gonna put things in a way that's gonna grab somebody's attention, even if you get them there because they're angry at you, because they just wanna
Mhm.
think that you're wrong. You have no idea what evidence that you might put forward in your own little way that might make a little light bulb go off in their head. So we
And
all
it's
have a job to do.
oh yeah, and it's funny, like you were saying, because we all have a different way of coming about and approaching the subjects, but that's going to appeal to different people in different ways, or might not appeal to them. It's like, I remember when I was first coming out, I was watching a lot of Atheist Experience, and you'd hear Matt Dillahunty cussing people out and hanging up on them on the show. And a lot of people that would turn him off, be like, who's this asshole think he is, just yelling at these people and, hanging up on them on the show. But then for me, I was listening to him and what he was saying, not how he was saying it.
Mhm.
And, when you listen to that, the guy's a very eloquent speaker and knows his stuff. If you
Mm.
can get past the anger parts of it, I'm not saying
Ye
he's angry all the time, but
No, but I get what you're saying. For some people, that might be like, "Oh, I don't even care what he's saying, I just can't listen to it." But if you can
right.
just listen to the facts of it and not how it's coming out, you might learn something. It might tick a few boxes.
And that's where I think a lot of people coming out of religion fail in a lot of ways, because they don't listen to the facts. They'll listen to the emotions of an argument, and
Yeah.
they'll form their opinions based off of that. And that's an easy thing for humans to fall into, because we're very emotional creatures. Our emotions hit before our reasoning hits.
Mhm.
And that's where we got to step back as people and push those emotions to the side to listen to the reason before we make a judgment on a matter.
Yep, 100%. Thanks, Ken.
So quit being so emotional, everybody.
Ugh, baby.
That's
You big
right.
babies. Some
You
people
little
come out of
whiny.
high control religion, man, and they can't see it for what it is, that it's just an indoctrination, that it's just a bunch of strung together, cherry picked Bible verses that truly don't fit together. But when you piece together the doctrine, you've got this beautiful apologist ideology and rhetoric that goes along with it that makes you think this is divine by God. But if you could just step back for a moment and have fresh eyes and read each portion of the Bible as it should be, as a book from a library versus this compiled document, you would see that there's so many contradictions. Nothing really fits together. The time frames are like nothing adds up.
But
It's just a
Ryan,
cool story.
you're not interpreting it properly.
And oh god, like I love that one. Oh yeah, I have it wrong. The book
Yeah.
was written 100 years later, and they're interjecting, something into it, and I'm the one who has it wrong.
Yeah. And I often tell people when I have these conversations, I'm like, look, if I can't just read this book for what it is, and you have to tell me that I have to interpret it in this way, you already lost me, because that's a bunch of bullshit. Because if God couldn't make a book that everybody could just read and get the same thing out of it, then he failed writing that book.
100%. I just want bullet points. A, do B, C. That's all I need. Keep all the other shit.
Yeah.
Ooh,
And
fog.
yes,
It's really foggy. Religion is
does.
based on fear, obligation, and guilt. Oof.
And I shouldn't have to
That's
have
entrapment.
faith to believe in it if it was actually true.
Yeah. People don't know what faith is either. I think they're under this misunderstanding of what faith is. Faith to
Yeah.
them means you have to believe it's true. That's not the purpose of faith. Is basically to carry you when you know it doesn't fit together.
Yeah.
Right? Like when you're trying to piece together like Jesus into Isaiah or something, like you got to have faith on that one, because it just is not there. That's what your faith
Well, I
is.
mean, you got to have faith that 1914 was actually an accurate date from the witnesses, and 607 BCE and the governing body and all that. And when none of that stuff is in
Historians
the
got it
Bible
wrong.
whatsoever.
It's the historians. They don't know how to
Yeah.
calculate dates.
No, they don't.
All their evidence, or the archaeological evidence and the dating that they did. Mm-mm.
What we should have said is the historians don't know how to measure pyramids.
Right. Oh my God. That one still gets me. And that people in the J-dubs are probably starting to lose that knowledge,
Yeah.
because they're
But
not going to really be talking about it anymore. They're trying to cut homeboy out. They're trying to cut Russell out.
oh yeah, especially since they removed his gravestone.
Uh-huh. They just want him there as like the anchor point of when the religion started, because they can trace themselves back to him, but they don't really want his teachings.
They don't want his real history coming out, because you find out he's a piece of shit.
Yeah. The internet is a wicked thing.
It is, and it's a
Tell you
beautiful
about
thing all at
people.
the same time. So, did you have anything you wanted to cover? Because we're coming up, we're at 8:40 here, and
No, I mean I had a couple things, but nah, it's good. We're good.
okay. So with that, I'm gonna go ahead and wrap the show up, because I need to get my behind in bed. So thank you everybody for joining us and listening to our rantings about the protest. Go check out the Apostate Weekly channel under the video section, not the live, but the actual video section. That's where you can find Joe and Fran Streeter interview to watch again. I got another guy named Dave who we did a Streeter interview with. And then I also have not the complete recording of the event, but the complete recording of when I was there to the time it was over of the event. But that's just over 2 hours. And there were some wonderful speeches given, people giving their experiences. Go listen to that lady about human rights. She was just absolutely wonderful to listen to. So go check that out. You're going to get a lot of benefit from it. I promise you that. It was really good. So please check that out. And please don't forget also to like, subscribe, and share these videos as well, so we can get these out to the algorithms to help people as well.
Thanks, guys. We appreciate you.
We do. And with that being said, we love you, and we'll see you all next week.
Apostate your way.
Bye.
Bye.
Boom.